how's it hanging? How's it happen? You guys know this is Kevin from the Chord Progression Podcast. Hey everybody, it is already November of 2022. Seriously, where did the time go? I mean, I still remember and I'm like, oh, it's summer out, yay! And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, the concert season's pretty much like over. Festival season's long gone. We're almost into 2023 for a new season, but anyway, we got a great episode for you today with a band that has historically been absolutely hysterical on the podcast. And this one, well, happens once again. Before we get going, though, I want to thank our sponsor for the podcast, Manscaped. That's right, Manscaped is sponsoring the podcast. The best care for your boys down there. Yes, we're past Halloween, and now it's like, you know, everybody is out there selling stuff for Christmas. It's like, oh, it's the holiday season. No, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. But you know what? Sometimes, especially the way that the world has been, the way that shipping anything has been, the way that any kind of ordering has been online, you know, it's been kind of tough, not gonna lie. So maybe you want to take care of that now for that person in your life that's like, hey, you might need some care for your boys down there. Here you go. So go to manscaped.com. Get something for somebody that you care about. Make sure that they take the best care for their boys down there. Whether it's the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker, the Crop Preserver, Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, whether it's the Boxers 2.0, anything like that, go to manscaped.com and use our code CPP to get 20% off and free shipping your entire order. So I just kind of saying, do it early because you never know what shipping issues might come up, and the earlier, the better. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. Let's just go on to our feature presentation. So last year in 2021, before live shows even came back, we had this band from North Carolina on the podcast called Waking Tera, and they were the band that one of the bands I always go to reference, like, okay, when it comes to the funniest podcast, Modern Day Escape and Waking Tera avoid, like, that's where it comes in. And without a doubt, this is another one of those, because as we are working on this right now, the band is having a blast right now. I mean, they got a new van, they're ready to go out on the road. We want to make sure that these guys get to that point where they are able to quit their jobs, full-time jobs, and do this full-time. Their brand new song, The Last Campaign, is already out. You can check out that music video. We talk about creating the music video, how they created it. We talk about the song, and you're going to pretty much laugh your ass off this whole entire podcast. Well, it's the guys from Waking Tera, what can I say? Plus, we also do the first ever live podcast Tequila shot. Yeah, we did it during the podcast, so you fellas, you ladies, you friends, everybody out there, you ready? Oh yeah, you are. Let's go! Yeah. Well, ladies and boys and girls, listeners of the Chord Progression Podcast. We have had some incredibly hysterical guests on the podcast before, including bands like Modern Day Escape, Avoid, and I always bring them up, these guys as well. They're on the podcast back in 2021, and now they are back once again, all the way from North Carolina with their brand new song, The Last Campaign, likely up at the time this podcast releases. So please give a warm welcome to Zach, Dustin, Ben, Aaron, and Mike from the band Waking Tera back to the Chord Progression Podcast. So gentlemen, welcome back.
Well, thank you, brother. Yeah. Thanks for having us, dude. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being back, guys. How has everything been in your world? Because I haven't seen you guys on camera or like in some sort of meeting space like this, I think since like March or April of 2021. So it's been over a year, almost a year and a half at this point. So yeah, what the hell? What the hell's been up with you guys?
We working, man. We working music, man. We since then we've had some member changes. Mike and Aaron have joined the band, and we've been working on some new music, 2 new songs, so we're excited about it. Which one of you mentioned, The Last Campaign.
Yeah, well, before we jump into all of that, I have not done this style of an intro in quite a while, but the last time I did it with you guys was absolutely hysterical. So now, okay. Dustin, Ben, Zach, you guys are good on this one. You already went through something like this.
Yeah.
But Aaron and Mike, I want you guys to answer 3 questions for me. First thing, what is your name? Second thing, when it comes to Waking Tera, what do you do in the band? And the third thing is, I want you to give me some wacky, crazy, potentially fucked up story that will hopefully make me fall out of my chair, laugh hysterically, slam my head on the table, give me a concussion, whatever it might be. And if anyone has come close to it beforehand, it's the 3 other guys sitting next to you right now.
Oh, God. Shit.
No pressure, right?
Yeah, no pressure.
You gonna have to give me a minute on that one, bud.
All right, we'll let Aaron go first.
Let Aaron go first.
I guess my name is Aaron Yao. I play bass. Been with these guys for
8 months.
8 months now,
Something like that. 7 or 8 months.
So we clicked right off the start, man. So a story about myself.
Road?
Or
it could be us. You're gonna think of something.
I can't think of anything right now off the top of my head.
Look, you better look.
I'm still frazzled from driving.
Listen,
we told him about me throwing piss out the window.
Oh, it was wild, dude. That was a good episode.
The piss story had been a consistent one that I would literally refer to when, like, okay, I'll give you guys a couple of chances to, like, think of some stories. And, like, the one I'd always pull up was the piss story. Like, alrighty, this is the one that you guys can laugh at, too.
Full on big gulp from the gas station.
Worth of piss.
I can't think. Do we have any? We've been kind of like mature with these guys.
I know. I was gonna say, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'll go. I got you.
Yes.
All right, so my name is Mike. I play drums in the band as of March of this year.
March, April, yeah.
Stupid story. The last show that we played, 4 out of the 6 of us decided to have McDonald's before we played.
Perfect.
And out of those 4, 3 of us either threw up or shit our pants. One of which on stage.
Yeah. Poor guy, man. Poor guy.
I didn't puke, but I was gagging.
It was and like
I had parts where I had to sing, and I was like, please don't have an episode where I'm about to
you
sing.
look over at him on his keyboard, and he's like fucking heaving over.
Dry heaving. With a little bit of wet.
I was the only one that was unaffected, thank God. But I feel bad. Like, I did get some pretty bad gas. So, like, the stagehand that was helping me take my stuff off stage.
Oh,
like,
poor Todd.
If that seat got anywhere near his face, I am so sorry. I was letting him rip, dude. I was letting him rip the whole set. I don't even care. I don't care. No apologies.
I didn't throw up anything, thankfully. It was sitting heavy. I had to get tequila to fix it.
I mean, you always need to get tequila fix it, but Mike, also at the same point in time, I mean, maybe you just need that extra gas to get a little bit of extra power on the bass. All of a sudden, it's like, need a little bit of an extra hit.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You need triggers when you have, like, McDonald's.
Every time I busted ass, it was like I got a little bit of lift off on my seat. So it was like,
and you see the fog in the background, like moving, like every time he farts, like pushing the foam out.
Like Zach turns around and look at me, and he's. I taste shit. Now.
Oh man.
Good flavor though.
Good flavor.
Yeah, my booty hole tastes good.
The most gourmet shit you've ever tasted your entire life.
Elf bar.
Strawberry, chocolate, and a hint of something I'm not sure about.
The cheesy bean boys, man.
Cheesy bean rice boys. Oh god. There's still a buck out here.
All right, man. What you got?
I can't think of anything, man.
Oh
I mean,
my
like,
God.
What you got, Aaron?
I've been in other bands where we've had some crazy shit.
Yeah, what happened? Story?
I love stories, man, even from other bands too.
We're fine.
Yeah,
spilled out tequila.
Nothing spilled.
We've
good.
you know the blackout spray. Yeah, I know. He's like, damn, dude.
I didn't spill tequila. Continue.
The blackout spray that you use for your windows and stuff in the back of your vans and tour buses and everything like that and shit. We actually took and blacked out a section right in front of one of the other bands, like right in front of the driver's window whenever we were staying at the same hotel. So they get up the next morning and shit and go to get in their van to actually drive, and they just see this big, basically just tinted out section where they couldn't do anything and shit before they could actually get that off. That's one of them. I've had a guy slap his dick on one of my CDs before and told me that it was fucking cool, and I was like, well, that's a weird ass compliment.
Well, my CD's a guy, so that makes you gay.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, and dude was not like, he was packing too. I was like, damn, dude, what the fuck?
Whoa!
I was like, I don't need to see all that.
Do a
shit,
schmeat on your CD?
How dare you throw a bigger cock with mine in front of me?
I know. There's all sorts of crazy stuff, man, that happens whenever you're out on the road, dude. But I think I've just kind of blocked them out, or just I'm getting older now, so I don't remember half of them. I don't know.
Oh yeah, like back in the day when this old band that I played for, when we would be on the road, like we were in Seattle, and like they have like the Pike Place Market, like the seafood market there. And I don't remember what band it was we were on tour with, but like we were doing like prank wars with them. So we went to the Pike Place Market and bought a bunch of raw seafood. And while they were on stage playing their set, like we stuffed it in the vents of their van and stuff.
That shit's a terrible, dirty ass trait, dude. I've seen it happen to one of our other friends, dude.
we would like shit and like wipe it on their like the underside of their door handles. Yeah, we were pretty bad. Yeah.
Someone did that to me with catfish bait because it smells literally like shit.
Oh my
Put it under my door handle. Oh my god! It took hours to wash it off. It was bad.
Are you sure if it was a catfish bait or was it just Mike's gas? I mean, it could be either or.
I don't know.
It was a little thicker.
I don't know. They will both make you gag.
There was some solid in there. So
Pray for my wife.
Oh dear God. Okay, just hearing those stories now, I pretty much know exactly why you guys are a part of Waking Tera now. After hearing the stories from them the first time, I mean these just like fit right into the point where. Like any band, like going and like seeing a live show here is like once I finally get that chance, I still have yet to do that. I'm a little nervous to see what's gonna happen. Like if I drive out there, what's gonna be in my car? Like what's gonna be stuffed into like certain place and be like, what the hell did the guys do to this thing?
Ass in it and close it.
Oh, yeah.
Close the door real quick.
that'll ruin it. You'll need to.
Well, we only do it to people that we like. So like if you come around, there's gonna be like this hazing process. Like we're gonna like lie to you a lot and like put cigarettes out on your forehead.
Oh god!
And then do I have to go and say, "Thank you, sir, may I have another?"
Yeah, like your final initiation is you're gonna have to suck in one of my farts and hold it like a bong hit.
Oh god!
Oh,
Gotta get shit stoned. Oh my god!
Shit stone.
Shit stoned.
God damn! I mean, I'm probably gonna end up like dead on the side of the road like 3 minutes later, just like.
But then when you get home and you have that like first moment where you finally crawl in your bed, you're gonna be like, that was awesome.
I held that thing in for 15 seconds, a new world record. Take that, everybody else! Yeah.
Poor guy ain't never gonna want to come hang out with
Never.
us.
No.
And he's like, dude.
Fuck North Carolina.
Man, they fuck with kiss and farts and shit.
Why is North Carolina so weird?
Where are you located again, man?
I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay, very nice.
Oh,
Wisconsin.
Dahmer territory. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the Dahmer series is out and everyone's like either loving it or hating it because of how it is. Yep, I'm in Dahmer territory.
It makes me so uncomfortable.
Really?
It is like the most uncomfortable thing I've ever watched.
I dug it, but I mean, not like, oh yeah, kill.
Well, don't ruin it. We're like four
never mind.
episodes in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. Do you visit? Have you seen the spot?
I've seen it once. I drove past it like this was years ago, and it was just like, oh yeah, because like the apartment building that it happened in. I mean, pretty much after Dahmer got caught, they pretty much like someone bought the building. I think the city bought the building. They told all the tenants to get the hell out, and they just completely bulldozed it. So it's been a vacant lot ever since.
Wow.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure the entire city wants to walk by that shithole and be reminded of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's just like it's just like a block basically, like a whole city block that's just grass. That's it. Like nothing's been built there. I don't think anyone wants to build anything there just because it's like, remember what happened the last time we had something here? Not again.
You know what? Let's do it again.
Let's do it again there. But outside of the crazy ass story, like, I mean, I've seen a lot of different things happening from you guys since the last time we talked. Of course, last time we talked, that was like right at the tail end of shows not happening anymore because of the pandemic. Now, of course, live shows are back, concerts are back. You guys are back out playing shows. I'm back out moshing the shows. And I've been seeing a lot of different things happen with different shows that you guys have been playing in the Jacksonville, North Carolina area. I think it was at Hooligans, correct? That's like one of the main places. Yeah, I keep seeing like posters. All of a sudden, it's like, yep, here's this tour that's coming through, and all of a sudden, like, you guys are on the bill as the opener at some point in time. It's like, my God, it's like every single cool tour that comes through there. I'm like, yep, let's see. Oh, yep, Waking Tera's posting about it. Yep, they're the opener. Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Jacksonville's our spot, man. We seem to do pretty well there. People seem to really dig us.
So since everything has come back with shows, what has been the coolest show you guys have played since?
That From Ashes to New and Fire from the God show was pretty good.
Yeah, that was really dope.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Speaking of which,
that was
our first show, and we'd had the music like 2 weeks.
We threw them in the fire.
It was like,
Trial by
hey
fire,
guys, let's
buddy.
get out there and go.
Yep, trial by fire,
though,
buddy.
man. They came through. And
They killed it, dude. I was very impressed.
But it was funny because they were like, "Oh, y'all are like a real band. Y'all got real fans."
It's funny. We actually met Aaron at a show we played without a bass player. So we were opening for, what was it, Adelita's Way and Gemini Syndrome. And Aaron
Greensboro.
happened to be there, and he saw us without a bass player. You know, you could fix it in front of
Well, I
us.
found out later he didn't actually see us. He was late.
Oh, really? So we had a buddy in the band Scars Remain. I almost said Faith and Scars. Yeah, Scars Remain. Travis, he's a cool dude. But he knows Aaron, so he set us up, so to speak. He was like, "Oh, you guys don't have a bass player. Oh, you don't have a band. Reese's peanut butter chocolate on my peanut butter." You know, that's how it goes. So
Yeah, he
that's
practically like grabbed me by my shirt and like was like, "You're in this, dude." Like,
oh, you play bass?
yeah.
Me and Ben talked to him for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had,
No way.
hit it off,
No
man.
way.
No.
They ended up giggitying each other's geschmoigen.
That's
Yeah.
we did the dirties.
Hey man, you did the dirties. It was like, you got a bass player in my band. Well, you got a band in my bass playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
It was some Reese's action for sure.
You know, it was another cool show. Actually, it was 2 shows back to back. We played here with Cold, and then we played in
Greensboro.
Greensboro with Cold. That was what, November, December of last year?
Yeah.
November?
I think it was no.
The cold guys were cool, man.
Yeah,
They
that
were
was
supposed
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
fun.
The post
Uh,
office here? Oh yeah, it's over there.
I believe Tony, the drummer, still keeps up with us. He's
Yeah, November 6th and
a
7th.
fan apparently. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys are gaining fans left and right. I do remember the From Ashes to New tour when you guys, like, I saw the poster with it. I'm like, my God, why couldn't that have happened here? Because, like, out of that tour with all 5 bands that were on that tour, I interviewed 4 out of the 5 of them. And I'm just like, God damn, it'd been cool to kind of walk into that show and been like, what's up? I've interviewed 5 of the 6 of these motherfuckers. Feeling good by myself. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. It was really cool for me anyway, playing with Fire from the Gods, because I wanted to rip a gig with those guys for fucking years.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. I'd like to do it again.
Yeah, that was a dope show.
It really was.
Got bugs on it.
I'll say, who knows? Maybe you'll get the chance again sometime soon. I mean, right now, I think Fire from the Gods, like, is recording this. They're on that, they're opening for the 5 Finger Death Punch tour, but I know they got new music coming out at the end of the month, or sometime, I know this sometime in 2022. So you know they're going to end up going on another run at some point early in 2023. And you never know. Likely what's going to happen is they're going to start making their way around, and you might get on a couple of extra shows, not just one through, you know, North Carolina, but maybe a couple in Virginia, maybe some in South Carolina. You never know. You might add on a couple others because, well, Waking Tera kicks ass. What can I say?
Well, thank you,
Thank
buddy.
you, man.
Definitely down for that, man. We'd play with those guys anytime.
Oh yeah. And we got a bus now, so we're actually about to start.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a
Shagging
bus.
wagon, boy.
We got a bus, now,
Karen.
so we're able to
Karen.
venture out now. So hopefully that's the goal: build some buzz around these songs, and then get on the road and leave our jobs like I've been wanting to for 18 years.
Yes. Please.
Oh, I totally understand the mindset around there. But the fact that you guys have a bus now you have the transportation order to make something like that happen. And it just also it adds a lot more of an ease where when bands are looking for other bands to bring out with them, when they're looking for support acts, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, we're looking at Waking Tera. What's going to be the logistics around there? Well, they have their own bus. They can travel. Like, it's a lot easier for them to travel. Okay, that piece is good. That piece gets a thumbs up. So now all these other bands that they're looking at, maybe that piece is a question. Okay, we don't want to deal with that. Push that to the side. Waking Tera's like, oh.
Yeah, let's hope so.
And apparently right now is a good time to have a bus because a lot of people can't find them. And it's like a transit bus. Like, we got a pretty decent deal on it, but
It's like the Ford E450 or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But it fits us and our gear. So, and then some, you know.
Which is nice not to actually have to carry a trailer behind us.
Yes.
Yes.
That's super nice, man.
Yeah, the handicap section of the bus is literally like the size of the trailer that we usually rent, so it works out.
Oh, that is really nice because now you don't have to worry about, this extra piece of weight on the back if you don't got to tow something extra. It's all confined to you have your own transportation. Everything is all good. You don't have to have something where all of a sudden, there's too many guys in the van. One guy's got to go sit with the gear, and all of a sudden the cops pull you over, and the guy sitting by the gear is drinking tequila, smoking some weed, and all of a sudden the cops open the door, and you guys are like,
No, that doesn't happen.
Speaking of tequila, that's a great segue. We're gonna do a shot. We're all gonna have a little toasty.
You know what? Give me 1 second because I gotta join you boys on this.
Yes,
Good, buddy.
yes, I was hoping
Do
you
a
were gonna
toast
say
with
that,
us. Let's fucking get her going. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you guys for tuning in.
Alrighty.
Hell yeah! Hey, that's my dog.
Crystal dildo.
Cincoro. Alrighty. This stuff my brother freaking got me for Christmas, and I'm the only one that drinks it, so haha.
Let me get some 1800 going.
What do you got there, bud?
Got some Cincoro right now.
Atta boy.
Tequila.
We this is my post hurricane liquor because we had a hurricane yesterday.
Well,
Semi-hurricane.
It didn't really do a whole lot for us anyway.
Which is good.
So I saved my liquor for today.
Damn, what? You gave him a half shot?
I thought I couldn't. Oh shit, I couldn't see
Here,
it.
I'll take that one.
Sure, you want a little baby
I'm
shot?
not a liquor guy.
I was worried because I couldn't see it. I was worried I'd overfill it.
Oh yeah.
So if he's not a liquor guy, then after this, are we gonna have to shotgun a beer or something?
Yeah, what?
It's like if you're not a liquor guy, am I gonna have to shotgun a beer with you on camera after this?
No beer.
No, I only
Yes.
drink O'Doul's.
Oh, dude. Wait, speaking of O'Doul's, when I was like 16, this was kind of when I got introduced to
You got drunk on O'Doul's?
no, but
Yeah, man, I had like 8,000 beers.
we used to get like the next door neighbors to buy 40s for us and stuff, right? So we get super drunk and we're walking from one neighborhood to our neighborhood, and my friends are like, "Let's steal some beer from." In Maryland, you have to buy any alcohol from liquor stores there, right?
Ooh.
So I go in there. It's cold. I have a leather jacket. I put it over my shoulder. And I walk in there up to the cooler, open the cooler, and grab it like T-Rex arm like this, and put it into my jacket and walk out. Nobody called me, right?
Oh shit!
All the way down to the cut, and we start drinking. And I'm looking at the bottle. I'm
I
like,
need to cut.
The fuck is this?
non-alcoholic.
Oh!
Street justice.
Yeah.
Joke's
That
on
was
you,
the-
man.
that was like
good buddy.
literally the only time that I stole from a business. And
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Y'all trying to like, hey, hear that, Popo? Admission of guilt.
He did it. Great story. Ben, I love it.
And to that story, we say, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Oh my
cheers,
God,
cheers.
don't spill my
Don't
fucking
spill it. All right, we're good.
clinky.
Tasty.
Tastes like college. Oh.
You chasing it with water, bro? He's a,
Yeah, it works.
Hey, if it works, it works. What can I say? I mean, if it was me, you got to chase tequila with an extra shot of tequila, but sometimes you just got to take it straight up and be like, I'm a man, yeah.
It's a little 1800.
I am reminded why I don't drink this.
Thank you, good buddy.
Are we done? Do you want someone to sit them down below, or is that it?
I don't think that I'm going to take another one on the street.
Boys, there's not a lot left.
Yeah. We'll wait till this whole entire bad boy wraps, and then we'll be, throwing it back in like, okay. And then all of a sudden, I'm gonna start seeing 12 of you guys. Even though there's 5 of you, I don't know how I'm gonna make 12 of you guys appear, but with enough tequila, we'll make it happen.
Oh, if KP will ever get here, that's 6. And 6
Yeah,
times
well,
2 is
it would be
12.
12
so.
of us, yeah.
I'm just gonna see 2 phantom KPs. That's
Yep.
gonna be.
IR math.
You know what's funny too, man? Hitting on another thing, you talking about with the bus and everything, and not carrying a trailer. It's actually going to be cool. I know you know since you're actually up north and everything, all the freaking tolls and shit like that stuff that you have to go through. Whenever you're 3-axle versus 2-axle, it like you know how much of a difference it is.
Run them bitches.
Yeah, especially like using Illinois as the perfect.
Man's car.
They'll send you a big ass freaking fine in the mail, dude.
Yeah, because
Not what it costs of the toll.
My dad got one.
Shit.
He
No,
took a trip.
more?
No, they fine you for not paying it, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
plus on top of that,
They got freaking drones. Like my dad went through
Dude, it's
one without
ridiculous.
paying and like going into New York, and he got home and like 2 weeks later he got a ticket in the mail from like a drone that caught his license.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Damn.
what the shit?
I sent you like an email of like the thing coming out.
yeah.
Yeah, just
They're gonna start like
around,
they're gonna like
showing
mount turret guns to the drones to like blow out your back tires.
What's that little
You ain't
flying?
going nowhere.
What the little flying thing from
Trailer
Star
starts
Wars?
freaking fish chilling and shit.
I don't know.
The Millennium Falcon.
Or like the drone just comes and it crashes into your front door just so like all of a sudden you pick it up, it delivers the mail to you, all of a sudden you open it up, it's a ticket, and all of a sudden it just rides away, and all of a sudden you just hear, you got served.
I hate the future.
I'm
but
behind my Doomsday bunker after this conversation.
yeah, but I totally forgot about the fact about that too, where if you got a trailer, I mean that's 3 axles, so there's a lot of times with some like those tolls, you have to like go to like the special side that's gonna take a lot longer, and you have to pay a certain way that way, and now it's gonna cut down on your transportation time, and but like if you don't have that, you just basically go through like their automatic ones and speed right through. Just have your little. It depends on where you go through, because like going through Illinois, I usually just take my.
Yeah,
I'll say
and
take the
that,
module, just slam it up against the windshield.
Yeah, sorry.
But no, yeah. I know the last time that I was up through there doing like Boston, Chicago, New York, and all that. I mean, you can hit. I mean, I love actually going up north because you can hit so many big badass places in a very short amount of drive time. You know, down here in the South, dude, you're like, well, we got damn 8 hours, boys. What we gonna do?
8 hour
Like,
drive
I
to
mean, it's
Virginia.
like- yeah, I mean, like from one state to another, man. There's a big long gap and stuff in between it. But going up north, it's pretty nice. Huh?
It's like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean, because like living here in Milwaukee, when it comes to live shows happening, it's okay. Live shows happening in Milwaukee, I want to go see, perfect, because it's just a hometown show. But all of a sudden, what happens? Oh, they're gonna skip Milwaukee. They're gonna go to Chicago. That's an hour and a half drive. So if I want to do that on like a freaking Wednesday, I can just say, whatever, I'm going to do it anyway. And I've done it plenty of times before, because let's see, go see a show I want to go see a band I want to go see, or get enough sleep for work the next day. Option 1 is so much more fun. Option 2, fuck that shit.
Yeah, there's been many a show where I've literally like brought my work uniform with me to the gig and then go straight from that shit into work the next day and just like dragging ass. Luckily enough though, like my old boss and stuff, man, he was actually really cool. He was a drummer too, so it was like, he was like, you had a show last night and you played where? You can take it easy today, you know. He would like give me like a little puff work and shit and stuff for the day, but
Yeah, that's awesome.
luckily enough, I was freaking super freaking blessed to actually have that shit.
Yes.
So I see you're wearing a Brewers hoodie, man.
Yep.
My dad actually was when they opened the stadium, he was part of the AV project where they installed all the AV there.
Okay.
I went and visited him when he was doing that, and NSYNC came through, and I was literally in the like where the press room is and everything, and when we got there, we walked up to where the door is to go into that area, and one of the event staff was like, "Hey, you can't go in there. You can't be here." And my dad was like, "Actually, yeah, I can. I can call the fire marshal right now and get this all shut down." He's like, "Okay, sir, you're good to go."
Oh yeah.
And that's the day that Ben got to meet NSYNC, and his musical life changed forever, knowing he did not want to play any of that shit.
I've never, in a live music scenario, I've never had to put my fingers over my ears like that, except for that show.
Oh God.
The girls screaming, dude.
Oh.
You could not.
And it's all the same pitch. It's all the same fucking
It was ridiculous, man. I like.
Well, that
just-
freaking
it's gonna go both sides.
freak
What
with
was that
buzzing
movie
there.
with the chick that the vagina with teeth? What was that movie called?
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
yeah, it was called Teeth, right?
Teeth?
Yeah.
It was like that. Like all those teenagers all had teeth.
Tremors.
Like Backstreet China.
I remember when that
Not
when that,
Backstreet, NSYNC.
when that Britney Spears documentary hit Netflix. I think it was like last year. My wife made me watch it with her, and like when it would go back to the clips of her concerts and like all the girls that were screaming, like, dude, we're watching it on TV, and I was like, you gotta turn this shit off. I don't want to hear that. Like, it sounds like a bunch of banshees shrieking.
Oh my god.
100,000 of that.
Live videos of pop stars and boy bands from back in the day does not do any justice.
But
to
why
the
don't they
amount
do
of
it for
noise.
us? They don't do it
Nah,
for
I
us.
guess
that is a bad problem.
And that's
not a bad problem.
When we get that show, fucking Waking Tera!
Hell yeah, brother,
I love it,
dude.
I know you! You're my bro!
All right, I think I got an idea now. When I get a chance to come out and see a Waking Tera show, I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to tell everyone in the crowd, okay, when they come out on stage, we just have to shriek as high as possible, make them feel like they're a boy
There's
band.
gonna be 200 dudes and like 5 girls.
It's going to be 200 dudes, your wives, all this just going,
No wife here, but I mean, there might be
Pterodactyls.
somebody. Who knows?
I'll make sure to bring my kids to that show so you can be especially on edge.
No, you should be there. No.
You gotta do the hand.
Yep.
I'll say if I had anything to drink at that point, that'll easily have just kind of go up and just go But if all of a sudden I have too much drink, something's gonna happen. I might get arrested for indecent exposure. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there,
We'll
gentlemen.
cover for you. We'll cover for you.
I guarantee you, if it's at Hooligans, that will not have even come close to the worst thing that's happened on the floor.
Yeah.
Alrighty, it sounds like there's definitely a story behind that, because if you're saying worst thing, like that's not even the worst thing that happened to Hooligans. I'm just like,
Well, I mean, like,
wait, there's worse?
like most of us are born and raised in this area, so like we've been going to shows at Hooligans since like I'm 32. I've been going there since I was like 14.
Yeah.
From when it changed from Northwoods Tavern to Hooligans.
Yeah.
And like, there's been a couple times where I went there with friends just when they had like club nights, and like, you remember the scene from Superbad where like the chick was like grinding on him at that house party and she got like period blood on his leg?
Yep.
It's stuff like that happens there. Sorry, Johnny, but it's the truth.
It was greasy. It was more greasy back in the day for sure.
Yeah, they've
gotten better.
they've cleaned up over the last few years. Like it's become like probably one of the better venues in our state. Like
Oh,
they-
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Johnny.
Yes, thank you, Johnny.
Johnny Nethercutt came in and took over that place, and he's done worlds. And Jesse too, since he's handled management.
Yep.
Like he's a good dude.
well, it's good to hear that like that venue went from the super bad, like a super bad scene to not a super bad scene like, oh my god, it's really bad. No, the movie's super bad. Let's clarify that once again.
Another story for you. So I was out on tour with my band one time, and I was really pissed off because like My Children, My Bride was playing a show at Hooligans, and they were like one of my favorite bands at the time. And there was a guy that played bass for them named Nelson, which I knew him from touring with his old band back in the day. But we were like going down the highway. I think we were in like Texas or something. And Nelson was posting on Instagram of like them playing at Hooligans that night. He posted a picture of a flatbed truck with a freaking alligator on the back of it. And I found out like apparently like there's like a creek behind the venue.
It has
And
alligators.
first of all, I was pissed that like some of my friends from California were in my hometown and I like couldn't be there to hang out with them. But then like an alligator came out of the creek and ate somebody's dog. So like animal control got called and they put it on the flatbed and like shot it in the head.
It was a massive
Yeah, it was
Dude, it was
12
foot.
like the size of the flatbed truck. And I was like, what the shit, dude? Like all the cool stuff happens when I'm not home. Like what the hell?
You know what's crazy? I played that show with my other band.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was-
Dang. Yeah, I was on the road with Creations at the time.
Oh, really?
I remember seeing Manny post that like he was like live on Instagram. And he was
Yeah.
like, so this alligator just ate this large dog, and it was like a German Shepherd
Yeah.
puppy, I think. Like ate a full size dog.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's like
like,
an 80-pound dog.
I'm like 3 hours away, man. I live in Jamestown, so none of these motherfuckers said shit to me about them like having a big, huge alligator breeding ground in the back of the freaking shit, and that's right where we park. So like I could have gotten my leg taken off, dude. Nobody said shit. Like, hey, dude, just be mindful. Like, watch out.
Don't go there.
They usually chill down. They chill down at the creek.
People take their kids fishing.
Took a piss a couple times and shit, dude. Like,
Everybody goes back there and does like all kinds of things, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
that's where
we'll go down like into the creek, like beside it.
that's where some of the super bad
That's
shit
spot,
happens.
bro.
yeah.
It's not
That's
just the
spot.
dance floor; it's down in the creek too.
Down in the creek.
Down in the woodshed.
See, now I'm also half expecting to the next time you guys are doing like a music video shoot or something or anything around there, you guys are gonna go to that exact same creek behind Hooligans, but all dress up in like tan khaki gear and basically make a Crocodile Hunter music video.
Then that would be badass.
We literally just shot the video for last campaign on the Hooligans dance floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like now we're gonna shoot the video for the other song at the creek.
Creek metal.
Crocodile. Crocky, look at the size of that gator. One of the biggest gators we've ever seen in this creek. One bite from his jaws, and my arm is off. I'm gonna go poke it with a stick.
No.
Yeah, you.
He's got my arm, it does. All of a sudden, oh shoot, now I'm not, all of a sudden you're gonna have, Baron's gonna go in there, not know what's going on, all of a sudden he's gonna lose an arm. It's like, okay, now I gotta play bass without an arm. How the hell is this gonna work?
Yeah, as long as he's got his right arm, okay. You just
Just left arm gone, all of a sudden all he's gotta do is this.
as long as you can still slap.
Now,
as
wait.
long as you can still slap, you're good. Just ride that low note, you're good.
Yeah, I can get the nub on the left hand.
That's when you pull that inchworm out.
Oh, that's a murder face move. That's like the Metalocalypse.
We got a little joke going between the band that we like. The whole band's got 7 full inches, bro. Like that's it.
That's all we got as a collective.
The collective 7. The collective 7. Freaking Quentin Tarantino film.
Jeez.
Alrighty, that's exactly now how this next music video is gonna be. It's gonna be the movie The Collective 7, where all 6 of you guys go out and wrestle alligators in the creek behind Hooligans as The Collective 7.
It's gonna be like a really shitty claymation film. Like, did you see the end of? Have you watched Jackass 4.5?
No.
So like, yeah, so like
Yeah.
so like you know how in the Jackass movies they film like the big opening sequences.
Oh yeah.
4.5 was pretty much like bonus footage from number 4 when they made it, and like I guess the opening scene there's like they built like a miniature town, and there's like there's like a
Godzilla dick.
Yeah, it's like a dick monster going through the town, but you end up finding out that like the stage for the town was like on a platform, and Chris Pontius was laying underneath of it, and it was his dick, and they attached like strings to it so they could like make it like. Which I mean, none of our dicks are that big, so that's why they call it the Collective 7. But like, the next music video is gonna be like a really bad claymation version.
We got little mini monsters.
Like little thumbs with angry faces.
Half thumb.
We're gonna get.
He's got the thumb. We got the half thumb.
We're gonna get. But like this collective 7 inches, but there's only 6 of us, so somebody's a little short-handed.
Yeah. Well, no, two of
Two of
have
us.
an inch and a half.
Yeah, well,
No,
I don't math very well. Can't be the biggest one. He's rocking an inch and a quarter.
Inch and a
And then
quarter.
somebody
Who's got
else-
the inch and 3?
I'll claim
Inch
it.
and 3/4.
I'll claim it.
I'm a solid inch.
It's like I'm one rocking a big stick here, 1 3/4. All right, gentlemen.
Hey, you know what they
3/4
say?
big around here.
Might not be able to hit the bottom of a tuna can, blow the size out of that bitch.
You know what they say.
You know what they say, you know? I mean, hey, it's kind of the problem, right?
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not. All right, moving on.
Moving on from the penis.
But moving on from the claymation penis alligator wrestling music video that's about to come out from you guys. You guys have a brand new song called The Last Campaign coming out October 14th. Might very well be up by the time this episode releases. So you guys want to talk about it for a little bit before we probably go back into something absolutely crazy like alligator wrestling and claymation dick movies?
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, It's I don't really know how to describe it as far as like for me and Aaron, because they had already kind of started working on it when we joined.
Just
but
a little bit, not
yeah,
a
yeah.
whole lot.
They had like the verses or one of the verse one.
I gotta tell the story how we started.
Yeah, tell
this shit.
tell
go
the
for
whole.
it. Go for it.
So we're like, all right, we gotta write some shit. And we were trying to experiment a little bit. So I'm like, you know what? You know what we should do? And I've been doing some shrooms here and there, microdosing. So
Naturally.
we got together and we're like, I divided everybody else with shrooms. And next thing you know, we started riffing on these shrooms. And then the working title was Shroomy for a long time.
Yeah.
Shroomy. So yeah, we were on shrooms when we wrote it. So
And then
cool.
the first practice with Mike, we were just kind of jamming around, and we showed him the idea, and it was literally the first thing we had started writing together, and that's this song. So
Yeah.
pretty excited about that. It's
Yeah.
also the heaviest song we've done to date, and
Yes.
the most diverse song to date. So yeah, it's a ride, man.
which is weird. You'd think it'd be all peace, love, and oh my God, colors, but it's kind of heavy. It's weird.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's fucking heavy.
It was a bad version of shrooms.
You took the bad version of shrooms where every time you looked around, everyone looked like they were wearing one of the Slipknot masks, and you're just like, oh my God. The next song it's right is heavy as shit.
The weirdest riffs. And then it was just like, yeah, that. And then it just kept going on and on.
But it was really good vibes, man. It was just, I believe, me, Ben, KP, and
me.
you.
Yeah.
And you're just hanging out, man, having a good time, and get some mushrooms, and good riffs came out of it. So.
Yeah.
Fun time, man.
See, every music fan, you don't need, it's not just the psychedelic, hippie, everybody loves somebody music that comes out of shrooms. No, sometimes you can make the absolute heaviest shit possible.
Deeper,
Well, it
yeah.
just all depends.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as the video and stuff that goes along with it and everything, Brandon Garrison is a bad mofo, good buddy of mine that I contacted and was like, dude, like, we're just kind of throwing around some ideas. Would you be interested in it? And whenever we recorded it with Al Jacobs at
Al Jacobs.
Warrior Sound, man.
Who we did
Al
the last
just-
album with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
want to go back with.
Al was phenomenal to work with, man. He was super awesome. He brought out a bunch of stuff in this. We were like, "Ooh, yeah, let's do that." Actually, and he just had a lot of really great ideas. And off of that, whenever I sent Brandon the song, he was just like, "Can I get a lyric sheet too with it?" So I had KP write everything down and everything, and sent it to him. And he was like, "Dude, this is freaking gonna be baller if you guys do this song for your first one to come out like that." And he started just like kind of rolling around some ideas in his head. And then next thing you know, this motherfucker, Zach was like, y'all don't even worry about it. I got it all right here.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he was throwing down visuals and doing all sorts of really kick-ass stuff with it that really makes the video more ambient and a lot different than any of the other Waking Tera stuff.
Mhm.
I think it's going to definitely
Dude,
take some people like
We showed up.
shots of people.
Yeah.
What
We
is
showed up.
this?
we showed up to the shoot, and Zach had already kind of given us like an idea of like what he wanted to do for it, and then he pulls out this like little white sheet of paper with these little stick figure drawings. Can I show a picture?
Yeah.
So
Not
this
a
one's gonna-
it was
not
in
a
here.
picture, not a picture of the drawing, like a picture of the set.
Oh, the set. Yeah.
So like
sure, yeah.
he showed us like these stick figure drawings, and we all kind of looked at it. And we're like I could understand what he was going for, but like when we we showed up, we shot the video on a Saturday morning. We started at 11 and did it until like 4:00.
Yeah.
But we were there the night before from like 1 a.m. until like 4:30 in the morning,
4:30.
getting everything set up. And just like a short little spoiler, because I'm going to show it in the picture. The song ends with like this really long like piano outro. So this, I'll just show like a tiny little picture of the shoot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But I got, I'm not going to show this, but I got like a few videos from when the guys were doing their takes, and I would like kind of recorded what was going on the camera screen. And like, Brandon is a freaking genius, man. Like
Beast.
the dude's getting like, he was getting shots of things. And I've known Brandon for like, not really well, but like I've been playing in local bands and he's been playing in local bands. We've been playing together since, I don't know, probably like a good 15 years now.
Mhm.
And like, so he's seasoned. Like he's not a freaking spring chicken. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And like he was pulling shit out of left field that we just never thought was even there. You know what I'm saying?
And also Johnny with the
Johnny.
lighting and
Yeah, we had full
ideas that
We had full
like-
production. It was.
we had full reign of the house lights and everything. And Hooligans has some great house lights.
Yeah.
So
And-
we were super lucky.
Between Zach and Johnny's ideas, I was just kind of like, yeah, if you want to do that, let's do that.
Let's do that.
and them together, Johnny Nethercutt at Hooligans and Zach together was just like, it ended up being incredible. And some of the raw footage, like just the raw shots, look better than 1,000 videos.
And we're not conceited like toot our own horns, but like when we've been around long enough to know what a good video looks like. We see it, we're like, damn.
I think we can all be kind of critical of music videos.
Yeah.
Just kind of see when they're cheesy and when they're just not genuine and all that. So
Yeah.
we're a little particular about our videos.
Our plan is like, I don't know, all of us, I'm sure a lot of bands have said this in the past about like, oh, we're about to put out this single and we got a really good feeling about it, but we're confident. We haven't even seen a final cut of the video yet. We've not seen a cut of the video yet. And just from like raw footage we've seen, like we're gonna push the shit out of this thing when it comes out and try and go somewhere besides little rinky-dink Jacksonville.
Well, one thing you might, I mean, the way you're talking about, like even some of those raw shots too, just looking as good as they did, you might be able to, you know, post some of those and just be able to show some of those to people just to kind of give them like a behind the scenes look, but also just to see how this all came together. Because just from that picture you showed me with that piano, with the way the lighting was, I mean, there's a lot of different like tropes in like different metalcore videos that I've seen that have really use that sort of lighting to that advantage. And there's always something that sticks out about that lighting where it creates this darker but still warm feel at the exact same time as well. I really don't know how to describe it. But when I saw that picture that you showed me, I was just like, that's the first thing I thought of was a video like that. I'm just like, okay, every time I've seen a video like that, shit usually goes very well. So now I'm damn excited to see when this thing's gonna come out.
Yeah, man, we are too, and we're excited for everybody to see it. We're excited to hear some freaking feedback on it because we busted our asses.
Oh,
For sure.
we definitely busted. It was nonstop for 4 hours. Like
the very next day, whenever we were watching the
We were
freaking
fucking-
Panthers game, dude, me and Zach were sitting there just like, man, I can't move.
I suffered,
Go,
yeah.
guys.
I suffered for a good 4 days after
Yeah,
that.
man, it was.
Yeah,
We
we
put
went-
everything into it.
We went to Outback with Brandon and Johnny, and we're all sitting there like this. We can't hold.
We can't turn our head.
I was-
We were next.
Holding my head up with my arm,
Yes,
sipping
yes.
my Margaret, dude.
I was sitting here at the table like this, like eating a piece of bread with
Yeah.
butter, and Johnny
Yeah.
looks at me and he's like,
You all right?
"Are you all right, man?" And I'm like, "Dude, if I don't do this, I literally like my neck cannot hold my head up." Which I mean, I know I got a big ass dome, but like
It was bad, dude.
Pounds never felt so heavy.
that, and like that was after like me doing 2 takes. I was like, "I can't do it anymore."
I think like 4th or 5th take, I just like I couldn't feel my neck at some point, and like it kind of took me a minute to turn my head either way, and dude, it was so bad. Couldn't hold my head up.
I couldn't believe whenever Ben was like, dude, I think I'm gonna get a grand piano for the outro. I was like, what the?
Yeah,
I'm gonna hire somebody to move it too.
We threw around. Me and Zach threw around the idea for a while, and it wasn't until the night before I was like, dude, if we don't get that piano, we're gonna have that outro, and I'm gonna be playing my keyboard. And I'm gonna be like, we should have had a grand piano, and I'm gonna do that for the rest of my life. And I was like, no, we're getting that thing.
So we got a grand piano.
So Ben bought a grand piano, straight cash.
Nah,
Straight
borrowed a
4,200.
piano. Borrowed a
Yeah.
piano.
He borrowed the piano, straight cash, homie.
Straight cash. $2.99.
Yeah, it took about 4 or 5 of us just to load that thing in. And
Yeah, it
out.
was a big.
I think
thing.
No,
that's,
man,
that's why
he-
we were even more sore.
He fit that shit under his leather jacket, man.
With
You
my
went here and
T-Rex
stole
arm.
that piano.
With his T-Rex arms, when you open it up, it's like, oh, hey, there's beer in here. You got fucking O'Doul's again, you dumbass.
Yeah, and then on top of that, we wanted like an ominous, like kind of. I'm personally, I don't know about anybody else. I can't stand the look at me videos. Like everybody's just like that single shots, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Looking at the
yeah, they're
camera.
like, I just get close up on my hand.
There's a right and wrong way to do it for sure.
I know.
I know.
I mean,
exactly-
whoever likes that,
I know exactly.
more power
what
to
you
you.
mean.
If you want to be flashy, but I can't stand that.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to-
Yeah, it's like when you watch a music video, it's something that you want to have either whatever the song is about, have some sort of story to go along with it, or to be entertained by it. The last thing you want to do is have everyone stand there, just try and get it like, oh, just look at me kind of thing. Like if you're watching Kiss Live at this day and age, I've seen Kiss Live at different festivals, and it's just like, yep, they just stand there and you just watch them. It's just like,
or that.
where's
or you're
the
in
energy?
woods by yourself with a guitar and no amp. I fucking hate that. I'm sorry. Like, what are you doing in the woods by yourself? Where's your band?
Where are you getting power from?
Even if you're not getting power, I can get the idea of you're trying to be cool. But where's your band? Why is it just one guitarist in the fucking open woods with a like? At least I can.
Oh dear God, Zach! If that's how you feel, then you have to watch the music video, Whatever by Avoid. Literally, they make fun of all this shit in the same video. Like, every
You gotta
bit.
check that. All right, you gotta send that to me.
Link me.
I'll right when we're done with this, I'll send you the link to it, because basically the whole entire part of like, the lead singer in the woods with an acoustic guitar, their lead singer Benny, like right for the pre-chorus to the final chorus, like he's doing it, and it's like, what the hell? And all of a sudden, like you're hearing the acoustic guitar, he just takes his hand away and starts going like this. The guitar's still playing, and he's just like, I don't give a shit, man. And they just make fun of literally every metalcore, metal, emo video you've ever seen in that video itself. Like they parody the Shadow Moses video just for the fuck of it, and I laugh my ass off when I first saw it, because it's so well but so bad at the same time.
I want to recreate the Stickly video, like frame by frame.
Attack.
Yes, dude. Straight crap. Like,
I don't know if you guys want to do that, because especially if after doing this previous music video and the next day you guys are pretty much like out of commission, I'm not sure how you guys are going to be able to, be like crabcore stance like this.
oh yeah,
Like
I'm not gonna be able to hold that one for too long.
I will
but-
quit. I will. If we do this, I will quit.
No. Here's what you got to do. You got to do the crabcore stance, but you got to make fun of it. So literally just have like small stools that you're sitting on, so you have like the line
That's
stance.
genius. We're crediting you for that idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then what also you can do too is like drape the stools in like green screen. So all of a sudden, just literally have like the background put in there. You guys are set ready to go, just going like this. Oh yeah, they're doing like the crabcore stuff. Oh man, they're making fun of that. No, they're literally just sitting down on stools.
It's old
Yeah,
man.
you know what's gonna be hilarious when we get the rough cut and he took every shot that's close up on each other. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Every shot's just us up close and struggling and shit. I'm like, God damn it. No. Anyway, hopefully not, but we'll see.
Hopefully not, but kind of going back to the last music video though. I mean, just the bringing that piano in there for that piano outro. If you're just gonna be on your keyboard, Ben, and all of a sudden like that, you would be kicking your ass. Like, yeah, later on, I wish I would have had a piano for that. It would have looked so much cooler. But then, of course, even like from my mindset, just thinking about it, there's something such more of an aesthetic when you have a grand piano there, especially in that line. If it was just you behind your keyboard and all of a sudden you had that shot, it would look pretty damn cheap and cheesy. So, taking the risk of getting that grand piano in there, renting it, having to move it in there, then having to move it out of there, it will pay dividends in the long run, because the video is going to be such a higher quality based off of that.
Get better because my back fucking hurt.
My neck, my back, and all
My
the things
anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we actually we weren't able to use the skid board that you set it up on sideways and put it on Furniture Valley, because it was being used to store another piano that was huge. So we had to actually
Wait, that one wasn't huge.
No, that was tiny.
God,
the
I
other
was
one,
like a big
that
fan.
one was a 5'1". The other one is 7 foot.
I weep.
Yeah, for whoever had to load that sucker. I did.
God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
It was hot in here.
But yeah, it's
a little warm.
When we cut
It's
AC
the
back
first
on,
time-
Open the door, man.
first time I've ever moved
Got
a
tennis
grand
sweat,
piano
man.
without
It's fucking
actually
nice
breaking it
outside.
down. You had to put it up on the lift gate and hold the back end up as the lift brings it up, and then push it into the truck.
Ooh.
It was definitely a process, but we had some manpower to get it done, so that was good.
Look at him.
Yeah, he held the back by himself.
with my penis.
That 1 inch demon.
Oh, inch and 3/4.
Demon.
Inch and 3/4.
All right, now I know exactly what I'm gonna do for a whole entire promotional video for this. I'm just gonna take Mike's face and put over some big giant bodybuilder and just have him like carrying a piano with one hand. It's like this is how we loaded this.
Like, let me tell you something, S.A. You couldn't do me a better favor, all right?
All right, so once you know the last campaign's out, once the video's out, what's your guys' outlook? What's your guys' plan in order to be able to, you know, take this song and be able to push it so that it takes Waking Tera to that level, of the point where, you know, you guys are able to jump in that van, able to go on some of these longer tours, able to get to the point where you're able to quit your jobs, and Waking Tera is going to be the thing that's going to be financially supportive of you. So what's the plan from there? Because I'm always curious about hearing about something like this, because, you know, you guys, I love talking to you guys. I love hearing the crazy ass stories. I've loved seeing all the chances you got to play at Hooligans with all those great bands. But, you know, let's get to that next step. So what's the plan?
OnlyFans.
That's right. We're gonna start a premium Snapchat.
You gotta fund that shit somehow.
At the Collective 7.
Yeah.
No, we
Very
can't. Like,
good.
we
That's
cannot.
it right there.
We cannot not circle back around to dicks.
Sorry, every time.
No, but in all seriousness, like, I was gonna touch on this a little bit earlier, but like we joke around a lot, but when we get on stage, man, it's business.
Yeah.
It's go time. We're looking, like I said earlier, we're looking to put this video out. We're looking to push it. I mean, yeah, the goal is to quit our freaking jobs, like just like it was, you know, 15 years ago when we started doing this kind of stuff. But I don't know. This is like my old band toured, but none of them took it as seriously as
These
who-
homies.
Yeah, who you see in this room.
Yeah.
Mine is KP. And
Speaking of which,
well, I mean, because he's not in the room. KP takes it very seriously. But like, yeah. I mean, no, I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, we want to do it, man. We like tired of sitting in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
just trying to.
Tired of sitting here with our thumbs up our asses. Like we put in the work. We try to be taken very seriously.
We tried to delegate to like certain tasks, you know, to certain members and everything. That really does help. Since we're self-managed, we don't really have a manager or anybody like that. So other than this guy, he runs 50%.
I was just giving a shit.
No, I mean he really does. Zach does a ton for this band, man, and like puts himself out there and shit like hell, man, and like he bust ass, man. What you do? But
It's for them though.
the thing, no, it's for all. Yeah, it's for all of us, man.
We want to find good management, and we want to find the
Yeah.
right manager. We want to find somebody that's going to take us as seriously as we want to take it, or as we do take it.
Yeah.
And
So-
until then, we're just kind of trying to play as many beneficial shows to us as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
we
we're
can
also
build our
trying to
stock.
any kind of outlets that can push this song or do a review on it. We're trying to hit up Hardcore Keem. We're gonna hit up any avenue that we can get this out here. We just gotta spread it.
Yeah.
And
Nice,
I think the music will speak for itself and the video should speak for itself. So it's just a matter of getting it out. I think people would dig it. So it's just a matter of us doing the legwork to get it in these
Where it needs to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not,
getting it
not
out.
to say somebody's gonna come and say, hey, we're gonna do this for you, but just to get it out so people know about it a little bit more,
It's all networking for sure.
Yeah, get it out and make sure as many people are able to see it, listen to it, and get a chance to be able to, you know, get to know the band at that point as well too. Because I mean, there's plenty of bands out there. Everyone's fighting for attention. Everyone's fighting for space. Yes, the internet's a great tool where we have so much access, so many different things when it comes to music. But of course, with that comes the more traffic that you guys got to get through, more noise you guys got to break through. One thing I do want to ask you guys about though is, have you guys potentially gone in and tried to do any of those like the Twitch stream Danny Wimmer Presents challenges to get on like one of like the Welcome to Rockville labs? I think they just are starting that for the Welcome to Rockville 2023. I think that might have started like literally either the week of us shooting this or maybe the week following. I know it's coming up though.
Yeah.
We did it for the cruise.
Viragos.
Viragos, yeah. We did do that, and we got through.
Elite Eight.
Yeah, and Heartsick actually took us out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool dudes, man.
yeah, they're great guys.
Yeah. And we actually got to meet them the night before we shot the video.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
playing here.
Which was funny.
They were here.
They were here at Hooligans. So we got to meet them and we were like, yo, you took us out. But Yeah, we've done those a couple times, and then I don't know. We kind of laid off of that for whatever reason. Personal reasons.
Couldn't take the sting of losing, man.
I don't think it's a sting of losing. I'm an organic type person, so I mean, I'd rather build it and make get there that way. But then again, if they can help us in any way, whatever. I mean, that's something we could look at in the future. But I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'd say maybe with the Welcome to Rockville one, maybe give that a shot because I know a couple of bands that did that going into last year or the 2022 version of Welcome to Rockville. I ended up, interviewing. I already interviewed a couple of them, the ones that had got on. So I'm like, oh shit, this is cool. Going to see them and seeing kind of. You're not going to get as big of a crowd at your set at Welcome to Rockville as, the headliner would be naturally, but it gives you a chance to get, just to get you guys out in front of people, get you guys out in front of new fans, but also get you guys able to connect with so many other, not only people in the music industry that work with Danny Weaver Presents, but also at the same point in time, meeting as many different bands as possible to create connections there because who the hell knows? You guys might end up meeting somebody that all of a sudden it likes to prank people just as much as you guys do. And now you've got like this randomly really long prank war happening between you guys and a band from like California or Oregon. And it just becomes this like viral sensation of whenever you guys have a chance to do something, all of a sudden, already when you guys had to fly out to like Oregon for work, okay, you found their band and all of a sudden, yep, here's the catfish bait. We're doing it now.
Well, actually, a band that we actually beat in that round or earlier round, Post Profit. They end up playing what's the one in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Or is it Florida?
Yeah, they ended up playing Rockville because I was like, when I went to Rockville, they were the first. Yeah, they were the first band I saw at Rockville this past year.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's just I guess we need to be on there more. I don't know.
And we actually one of the dudes on that I can't remember his name, but I guess he runs Blackcraft, the clothing company.
Is it Jay?
I think so. I don't know. He told us to hit him up, but we never heard back. So hey, man, if you're watching this.
What up?
Hit us on the DMs, bro. We're trying to work.
Just or just send him a nice little reminder. Be like, just a reminder. Just send me that.
Let's work together.
The main thing is I want to see you guys get to the point where again you guys are able to quit your full-time jobs, really realize that goal, and then be able to go out on tour and do the things that you love. Be able to take your music to as many people as possible, and on top of that, be able to start creating even more crazy prank war stories with all these other bands, and then. You never know. All of a sudden, you guys are getting like the most insane prank war to the point where every month, all of a sudden on social media, people are going to be wondering, okay, what did Waking Tera do now?
We want all the smoke.
All the smoke, all the fire that's going to come from an absolutely heavy-ass single that's coming out with the last campaign. Ooh, yeah, bro.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, yeah.
I do want to send you that, though. I want you to check it out and see.
Man.
And you personally send us some feedback, just to see.
Perfect. That's what we'll do. You'll send me that, and I'll send you the whatever of video by Avoid, so you guys can watch that and just laugh hysterically at how much they make fun of literally everything.
Hell yeah.
We'll call it an even trade. How about that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Well, gentlemen, as we bring this podcast to its conclusion, you guys know one thing I always like to do is give you guys a chance to say whatever you want to say, plug whatever you want to plug, promote whatever you want to promote at the end of the podcast. So, gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Plug it. I'm already plugged.
We are music. We are music.
All right, so October 14th, it's the single and the video, and we're going to do it at 9 a.m. So it's a Friday, and we're actually heading to Tennessee on that day, Sevierville, and then the next night we're in Bristol. So Tennessee. I can't remember the names, but it's on our.
The gym is Sevierville.
The gym is Sevierville,
And then Blue Fox.
Blue Fox. Yep.
Wait, no, that's
that's
the
next
I'm
weekend.
sorry.
That's Manhattan's.
Or Mannings. Yeah.
Mainly Hannies.
That's the place your boy set us up with.
Yes.
Steve and Todd.
Steve and Todd. So mainly the last campaign, single and video release is the 14th. And then shortly after, we're going to drop another single, probably a month or two, and video as well.
It's a little bit different, but equally some of our best work.
Still slaps.
Very, very happy with it.
Both of these.
That was a very emotional song.
Yeah, it's a doozy,
a lot
bud.
of emotion into that song. Yep.
If
It
it's
brings
good,
them up for sure.
I'll say when we're gonna get hits heavy in here, one's gonna hit heavy in
One's
here.
one's gonna hit the heavy.
Goddamn
That's
right.
exactly it, dude.
You
Yeah.
goddamn right.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Well, guys, I'm going to close out this podcast with 3 very specific things. First things first, yes, the last campaign comes out on October 14th, which will likely be up at the time this podcast releases. So you're going to go check that out. Plus, there's going to be another thing coming, within a month or two of that. So you're going to probably get another one within the year of 2022. So you're not going to want to miss out on anything with Waking Tera. Plus, these guys are fucking hysterical. Why would you want to miss out on anything with these guys? So what you're going to want to do is follow along with them on social media, be able to watch the video on YouTube, go see them play a live show, go buy some merch from these guys, go support these guys in any way. So the best way to do that is go to the description of the podcast. You're going to see links that say find Waking Tera online. Links and labels for everything. I'm doing all the research for you. I'm really, taking everything and giving you the convenience to just click and go for it. And those shows that they mentioned, yeah, they'll probably have happened by the time this podcast comes out. But we'll make a post about it so you guys know about it beforehand, so you guys have a chance to get your tickets if you're in the North Carolina or Tennessee area, which I kind of wish I was, because, that'd be kind of cool to, rock out and jam with these guys, and also, potentially get my car filled with, like, fish and catfish.
If you want to come
Bring
to the show,
that ass.
bring it. I'll pay for your gas personally.
Come through.
man.
How far is Tennessee from you?
It would take me about probably, I got to think about that. It'd probably take about between 9.5 hours to get from where I am to Nashville.
The West Virginia show that we're playing though on the 29th, we're playing at Hooligans.
I thought that was just Virginia.
It's
Yeah,
Virginia.
it's Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's the West.
I just want to get you to a show. I want you to witness.
Well, that one's almost to Pittsburgh. That's almost into Pennsylvania. So that's.
Hey man, I'll get to a show at some point. I don't know when it's gonna be, but I'll get to a show at some point, because the last time I made you guys in the podcast, I made you a promise and said when the first time I see you guys play live, the first round's on me. Well, I haven't seen you play live yet. This is your second time on the podcast. So it's no longer first rounds on me. It's first 2 rounds on me, because you guys are fucking hysterical. I gotta keep this promise rolling. And at the same point in time too, I can't say goodbye on this podcast. I just can't do it. This is your second time on the podcast. It's always a great time having you guys on. You always make me laugh my ass off. At the same point in time, am I going to want to do another podcast with you guys again? Fuck yeah. Of course I want to. I mean, this might be, I guess it's the first time I ever took a shot actually recording a podcast. So fuck yeah, made it happen. And I don't want to, say goodbye. That's way too final. So gentlemen, we're not saying goodbye on this podcast. We're saying, I'll see you later.
See you later.
Deuces.
Well, folks, that's my interview with the guys from Waking Tera. Once again, their brand new song, The Last Campaign, is available for you to go and listen to right now. You can watch a music video for it right now, so go and do that. You can, follow along with Waking Tera on all their social media pages. You can listen to them on all the streaming platforms. Literally ever you can go to, be able to support these guys, because, come on, they're hysterical as all hell. How would you not want to support these guys? I'm making it easy as possible for you guys. Links in the description of the podcast under Find Waking Tera Online. Everything for their socials, where you can watch music videos, where you can stream the music, where you can go and get some merch from the guys. Literally anything you need to go and support Waking Tera is going to be in the description of the podcast for you. Please also remember to support us in the Chord Progression Podcast as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for your viewing pleasure. We also are on YouTube, so please subscribe to the YouTube channel where you can watch all these interviews, where you can actually, if you're just listening, you're like, oh yeah, the Tequila shot, you guys actually do that? Yeah, actually go and check it out. The video is there on YouTube. You can also just stream it audio-wise, Spotify Podcast, iHeart, Amazon, and many other places. Thanks to Brit Media for continuing to do that. The day we recorded this one, we crossed the 40,000 all-time audio downloads. So probably by the time this comes out, we're going to cross 50. I mean, that's just the way it's been with those guys. So I want to give a huge shout out to Brit Media for that. If you're subscribing to the podcast or subscribing right now, a big thank you to you as well. If you're following with us on social media, thank you to that as well, because, well, the guys in Waking Tera, they want to, get to a point where they can quit their full-time jobs and focus fully in on Waking Tera. I'm at that point, the same thing with the Chord Progression Podcast. So let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it happening. You guys are helping support that, so thank you very much. Also want to thank our sponsor once again, Manscaped. 20% and free shipping using the code CPP at manscaped.com. Thank you to all the guys in Waking Tera once again. You guys are always welcome back in the podcast. It's always a blast hanging out with you guys. And again, go listen to The Last Campaign. It's out now. So on that note, that's going to be for today, guys. Thank you for listening to the Chord Progression Podcast. My name is Kevin, and you guys know how I end every single one. He's absolutely big, healthy, and hearty. See ya! Yeah!